Rotational motion of rigid body. A rigid body said to be possess a rotational motion if all its particles move along a circle in parallel planes. So let us we say that let us we take this is a small lamina. So the position vector of this lamina is r vector at the point P along y-axis. Now this position vector is rotated in circular motion. Are you able to see this? So this is a circular motion. So this circular motion. So they are saying that a body is said to be possess rotational motion if all its particles moving along circles in the parallel planes. The center of these circles lie on a fixed line perpendicular to the parallel planes, and this line is said to be axis of rotation. That is, this is the axis, this z axis is the axis of rotation. So we are rotating like this, yes or no? So this will be rotating in a circular motion. Are you able to understand? So this is a point, so this is rotating. So this rotation is a rotational motion. So the what is the angle? The angle between this initial and final position is theta. That is called as the angular displacement. So this is the angular velocity. So we can say that the displacement of the particle or the system from one point to another point due to the rotational motion, due to the circular motion. So we can say that angular velocity which is equal to angular displacement by time. So the angular displacement means initial position to final position in the circle. I will say simply, in a circular motion a particle is in the point P here. Okay. So again it will rotate through the circular angle, this one point P1. So from the center this angle is theta. This angle theta is equal to angular displacement. So the time taken is t. So theta by t is angular velocity. So angular velocity which is equal to angular displacement by time. Omega which is equal to theta by t. So omega which is equal to, in terms of differential form, d theta by dt. Then angular acceleration which is equal to angular velocity by time, that is omega by t. Alpha is equal to d omega by dt. So it's similar to in the linear motion, initial velocity is u. Here the initial angular velocity is omega naught. The angular displacement is theta measured in radian. Angular velocity is omega measured in radian per second. Then angular acceleration is alpha radian per second squared. Now by using this rotational motion of the rigid body, we can write the equation of motions for rigid bodies. So equations of motion for rotational motion. So for the linear motion, we already know that v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at squared, v squared minus c squared is equal to 2at. So similarly, we can write this equation of motion in the rotational motion also by using the notations omega naught, theta, omega and alpha. So now we are going to write the first equation of motion. In linear motion it is called as a v is equal to u plus at. But in angular, instead of final velocity v, we can use omega. Initial velocity is omega naught, acceleration is alpha, and time as it is t. So omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. So alpha is equal to d omega by dt, that is angular acceleration is equal to angular velocity by time. So if we bring the time here, d omega which is equal to alpha dt, at time t is equal to 0, the initial angular velocity is omega naught. At the time t is equal to t, the angular velocity is omega. So initially the angular velocity is omega naught, and it is at the final point the angular velocity is omega at time t. So by integrating we get integrate omega naught omega. Omega can be integrated from initial velocity to final velocity. Initial angular velocity omega naught and final angular velocity omega. Integral alpha dt. So 0 to t, time 0 to t. At time t is equal to 0, angular velocity is omega naught. At time t is equal to t, angular velocity is omega. So integration of d omega, how we can get that? So I will recall you integration of dx which is equal to x, and integration of x power n into dx which is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So this is the integration formula. So integration of d omega is equal to integration dx. So d omega is equal to omega, upper limit, lower limit, alpha, and dt means again t. So upper limit minus lower limit, omega minus omega naught, alpha, upper limit minus lower limit, t minus 0. So omega which is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. This is the first equation of motion for rotational motion. Then the second equation of rotational motion is S is equal to ut plus half at squared can be written as theta. So angular displacement is theta. Angular initial velocity is omega naught t plus alpha 1 by 2 alpha t squared. So this is the second equation of motion. So angular velocity which is equal to angular displacement by time. So d theta, if you bring the t here, d theta which is equal to omega dt. Then already we know that angular velocity omega which is equal to omega naught plus alpha t. So omega naught plus alpha t into dt. So at time t is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0. At time t is equal to t, theta is equal to theta. So at time t is equal to 0, the theta is equal to 0. Theta is 0. At the time t is equal to t, that theta will become some angle theta. So integrating, we get integral d theta which is equal to integral omega naught into dt plus alpha integral alpha t into dt. So for displacement, initial displacement is 0 and final displacement, angular displacement is d theta. So for the time 0 t and 0 t. So what is the dt? That is equal to integral dx. So theta into upper limit, lower limit. Omega naught is a constant taken outside. Integral dt which is equal to t. Then alpha is taken outside. It is a t into dt. Integral of t into dt. That is equal to integral x power n into dx. So that is the power is 1. So t squared by 2. So we get upper limit theta minus 0 which is equal to omega naught into upper limit minus lower limit t minus 0 plus alpha by 2 is taken outside, t squared minus 0 squared. So the t can be substituted here. So upper limit minus lower limit 0 is substituted here, 0 squared. So we get theta which is equal to omega naught t plus 1 by 2 alpha t squared. This is the second equation of rotational motion. Then third equation of motion is similar to the linear equation, v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. We can write final angular velocity omega squared minus initial angular velocity omega naught squared which is equal to 2 alpha theta. Theta is the angular displacement, alpha is the angular acceleration. So alpha is equal to d omega by dt. So bring the dt here, d omega dt can be written as a multiply and divided by d theta. So the d theta by dt which is equal to, so if you multiply the d theta by dt, multiply and divided by the d theta means this equation never changes. So d omega by dt, the d theta get cancelled, again we get d omega by dt. So but the d theta by dt which is equal to omega, so d omega d theta. So bring this d theta here, so alpha d theta which is equal to omega d omega. So integrating we get integration of omega d omega which is equal to integration of alpha d theta. So at time t is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0 and initial angular velocity is omega naught. At time t is equal to t, theta is equal to theta and final angular velocity is omega. So integrating initial velocity, final velocity, initial displacement and final displacement, you substitute that. Then this is equal to integral x power n into dx which is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So integration of omega will become omega squared by 2 upper limit lower limit. Then integration of d theta, alpha is taken commonly outside, d theta which is equal to theta upper limit minus lower limit. So by substituting the upper limit minus lower limit we get omega squared minus omega naught squared which is equal to 2 alpha theta, that is v squared minus u squared is equal to 2as. Similarly in the linear equation this is angular. So all the three equations of motion can be derived in terms of rotational quantities. Now we are going to see one problem based on this rotational equations of motion. On the application of constant torque. So what is the torque? Torque is a rotational force that will be clearly explained in the next session, next week video, that is a torque is equal to rotational force. So if you apply the rotational force, the wheel is turned to from rest. So initially at rest, then it will be rotated how many radians? 400 radians in 10 seconds. So I will saying that initially that it will be in 0. So it will be rotated how many radians? Theta is equal to 400 radians. At the time t is equal to 10 seconds. So what is the angular acceleration? Then if the same torque is continuous, what will happen? Angular velocity of the wheel after 20 seconds. So initially we are rotating with the angular acceleration with the theta is equal to 400 degree and time is equal to 10. So angular displacement by time is equal to angular velocity, but theta is given, initial angular velocity is 0 and time is 10 seconds. What is alpha? So S is equal to ut plus half t squared, that is theta is equal to omega naught plus half alpha t squared. Omega naught is 0, so 400 0 plus 1 by 2 alpha, t is at 10 squared. Alpha is equal to 2 into 400 divided by 100. So 0 0 0 0 get cancelled, we get angular acceleration which is equal to 8 radian per second squared. So the first question completed by using the given data 400 radian and time t and initial angular velocity 0 because it is rest. Then initial angular velocity is 0, but alpha is now only we are calculated. Then time is given. What is the question? If the continuously the rotation is given, what is the angular velocity after 20 seconds? Initially it is rotated 400 radian at 10 seconds. If the same angular velocity is given, angular acceleration is given up to 20 seconds, what is the angular velocity? They are asking that. So omega which is equal to omega naught plus alpha t, v is equal to u plus at formula in linear. So omega which is equal to initial angular velocity 0, then alpha is 8 radians into 20 seconds, that is 8 radian per second squared. So finally we arrived at 8 into 20 which is equal to omega is equal to 160 radian per second. Thank you students.